Twilight Sparkle was painfully, infuriatingly awake. It wasn't the fault of Princess Luna's beautiful night, which was sprawled beyond her crystal window in a masterpiece of indigo and silver. No, it was a restless, buzzing energy in her horn, a feeling like her magic had drunk 3 cups of coffee and was now tap dancing in her cerebral cortex. She tried counting sheep, but they started organizing into a union and demanded better grazing rights. Her gaze fell upon the sleek phone on her bedside table. A modern marvel, a direct line to almost any pony in Equestria, and it brought with it a thought. A curious, long-suppressed little thought that had been nesting in the back of her mind for years. Phone sex. The term itself was nebulous. She understood the basic principle, of course. A vocal exchange of an intimate nature, designed to be illicit, feelings. But the mechanics were a mystery. Was it a structured conversation? Were there scripts? Did one need special training? She'd never dared to investigate. Back in the Golden Oaks library, the phone bill went directly to Princess Celestia. The thought of the Solar Diarch reviewing an itemized list of calls, seeing a suspiciously timed, hour-long call to a phone sex number, the sheer bureaucratic horror had been a more potent deterrent than any moral quandary. But now she had her own castle, her own phone, her own private bill. The anonymity was the key. They wouldn't know she was a princess of Equestria. They wouldn't know she was Twilight Sparkle. She would just be a voice, a curious, slightly sleep-deprived voice.
Right. For science.
She whispered to the empty room. Her hoof trembled as she picked up the receiver. She dialed the number she'd once seen years ago on a flyer plastered to a lamppost in a less savory part of Canterlot. 1-900 Mare Talk. It rang once, twice. A sultry, melodic voice answered. Well, hello there, sweet thing. You've reached the velvet voice. This is Silky Smooth. What's your pleasure tonight, honey? Twilight's mouth went dry.
Hello. I'd like to engage in 1 unit of phone sex, please.
There was a pause. 1 unit, sugar? We don't really do units. We do time. And the clock's ticking. So, tell me what you're looking for. What gets your magic flowing?
Oh, well, my magical throughput is primarily governed by focus and emotional state, with secondary correlation to my REM cycle, which is frankly why I'm calling, because it's been entirely disrupted by a lingering resonance from a spatial folding spell I cast this afternoon.
Silky Smooth's voice lost a little of its silk. Honey, let's try something simpler. What are you wearing? Twilight looked down.
My standard issue lavender fleece pajamas. They're very practical for thermoregulation. The button up top prevents drafts, and the cuffs are elasticated to avoid interfering with hoof circulation. Would you like the thread count? I believe it's a 300 thread percale cotton blend. My standard issue lavender fleece pajamas. They're very practical for thermoregulation. The button up top prevents drafts, and the cuffs are elasticated to avoid interfering with hoof circulation. Would you like the thread count? I believe it's a 300 thread percale cotton blend.
A longer pause. Twilight could almost hear the sound of a script being thrown out a window. Okay, let's set a scene. Imagine I'm there with you. The moonlight is streaming through the window, catching the dust motes in the air.
Actually, that's impossible.
Twilight interjected.
The structure of my home is inherent anti-dust enchantments developed by the crystal ponies during the reign of King Sombra. It's a fascinating piece of historical thaumaturgy, really. The magical matrix repels particulate matter larger than 5 microns. So, no dust motes, I'm afraid.
Silky Smooth took a slow, audible breath. Right. No dust. Got it. So, the moonlight is just there, and I'm walking towards you, my hips swaying.
What's your gait like?
Twilight asked, her analytical mind seizing the detail.
A 4-beat gait like a walk or a pace? Or are you incorporating a 2-beat gait like a trot? Because a trot in a confined space like a bedroom would be quite disruptive. You'd risk knocking over my Stars World of Bearded Early Years biography on the nightstand.
I'm gliding towards you. My coat is shimmering in the moonlight. Silky said, her voice strained.
What tribe are you?
Twilight pressed. Now, fully in research mode.
A unicorn? A Pegasus? Your vocal timbre suggests an earth pony, but the description of shimmering could imply a Pegasus coat catching the light in a specific way, or even a unicorn using a minor glamour. This is a crucial variable for the scenario's verisimilitude.
I'm a pony, okay? Just a pony. Silky's voice cracked, the sultry tone vanishing completely, replaced by the exasperation of a mare who just wanted to get through her shift. Look, lady, are you trying to have a good time, or are you conducting a demographic survey?
I'm trying to understand the parameters of the interaction.
Twilight explained, her own frustration rising.
How can I properly immerse myself in the fantasy if foundational details are vague or physically improbable? For instance, you said you were whispering in my ear. Given the average distance from a standard equestrian landline receiver to the user's ear, your whisper would have to be at decibel level that technically qualifies as a normal speaking voice. Unless you're employing some kind of magical audio focusing spell, which I doubt is standard for your profession.
Silky Smooth's breath hitched on the other end of the line. The carefully constructed persona of the sultry seductress shattered like a dropped vase. Is this a prank call? Are you one of those college fillies? Because let me tell you something, honey. I'm not the one paying the bill here. You are. By the minute. Twilight's ears flattened. A prank call? The accusation stung her solitary pride.
It is not a prank. This is a genuine inquiry into the nature of consensual, transactional, intimate dialogue. I'm attempting to participate, but your provided stimuli lacks coherence and factual grounding.
Factual grounding? Silky sputtered. This is phone sex. It's not supposed to be grounded. It's supposed to be fantasy, make-believe. You're supposed to use your imagination.
But my imagination is predicated on a logical framework.
Twilight countered, gripping the receiver tightly.
If you tell me you're nuzzling my neck, I immediately have questions. Is it a brief, affectionate nuzzle or a prolonged, grooming-based nuzzle? The former is a common social gesture among acquaintances, which would undermine the purported intimacy of the call, while the latter is typically reserved for close family or romantic partners. The context is everything.
The context is that I'm trying to do a job and you're dissecting it like a science project. The sound of a chair scraping back echoed down the line. You want parameters. You want specifics. Let's do it your way. Twilight's eyes widened, a spark of intellectual excitement cutting through her frustration.
Really?
Yes, really, Silky said, her tone now one of grim determination. Okay, scene set. I am a unicorn, or color mauve. I am not gliding or trotting. I am walking, a standard 4-beat gait, at a measured pace of 3.5 miles per hour, having visually confirmed a clear path to your bedside that is free of literary obstructions.
Oh, excellent!
Twilight said, scrambling for a quill and parchment with her magic.
Please continue.
My horn is glowing a soft, ambient light, frequency of approximately 600 terahertz, which is a warm yellowish hue.
Noted.
I am now within 1.2 meters of you. I am leaning in. The distance from my mouth to your ear is now approximately 15 centimeters. Accounting for the receiver's acoustic properties, I will now modulate my voice to an amplitude of 40 decibels, which, while above a true whisper, should provide the intended auditory effect without causing discomfort or violating Equestrian Communications Commission regulations on transmitted noise levels. Twilight scribed faster.
This is incredible. The data is so clear.
The content of my whisper, Silky continued, is as follows. Your main flow is exceptionally voluminous tonight. How are we feeling tonight? Is the verisimilitude acceptable? Tears of joy pricked at the corners of Twilight's eyes. It was beautiful. It was precise. It was everything she had wanted.
It's perfect. The specificity is profoundly arousing.
There was a long, dead silence on the other end of the phone. Then, Silky Smooth let out a deep, weary sigh that seemed to carry the weight of 1,000 late-night shifts. I'm going to hang up now, she said, devoid of all emotion. I need to go and look at the stars and rethink every life choice that led me to this moment. Please don't call this number again. The dial tone buzzed in Twilight's ear. She slowly placed the receiver back in its cradle, a profound sense of accomplishment washing over her. She had done it. She had successfully engaged in 1 unit of phone sex. It had been unorthodox, yes, but ultimately she felt she had gathered the necessary data. She snuggled back under her covers, closed her eyes, and within minutes was fast asleep, dreaming of perfectly modulated whispers and gaits with precisely documented beats per minute. The author's note says, even I want to kill Twilight, and I wrote it. Honestly, who wouldn't want to at this point? This was frustrating. I read it. Jesus, Mother Mary. Thank you for listening, every pony. Feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to know when I post more content like this. Feel free to follow me on TikTok, Patreon, X, and Discord. Links in the description. And should you want to join my new nation, feel free to join the Shade Hollow, my Discord server. Good night, every pony.